Let's get to who is eating good in the neighborhood. This is served by Applebee's. Kansas City, they paid Mahomes $500 million. It still looks pretty good out there with Cleveland, doesn't it?
Well, Jack, their coach, I just have a lot of admiration for. And I'm reading all the stuff leading up to this game against the Saints. The Chiefs, they have no weapons now. They have no firepower. I don't know if they're going to be able to compete. Juju Smith-Schuster, he brings them back off the street when nobody else wanted him. Kareem Hunt is at home relaxing. He signs him to the practice squad, puts him in there. Play 4 tight ends if you have to. I'll help my offensive tackles, Chip. And we put up almost 500 yards with guys that we haven't even heard of, Rod. And it's just, that's the Kansas City way they do things. And I have to tip my hat to Andy Reid.
Coach, I'm on the same page. It is unbelievable. You're sitting there watching them beat up on the Saints, and you're like, who are these guys? And it's like you go back to Andy Reid and just his creative play calling and the trust and the faith that he had. They had some big tight end that I've never even seen. And,
Yes.
And he's catching passes and lining up like a wide receiver. And I'm like, this is Andy Reid. And I've always said, if Andy Reid puts you on the field, he has confidence in you, just like he has confidence in the starter. But it's really amazing. And then I'll tell you one thing that, once again, we have to realize, it's not just the Saints, it's not just the Chiefs offense, but it's the Chiefs defense.
Amen.
It's their
Amen
defense.
to that.
And I just tell you, and Coach, every time I mention Steve Spagnuolo, he's the best in the business. He motivates his guys. He puts them in great positions. And you look at a guy like Justin Reed, who's been there for 4 or 5 years. He's come over there, and he's just been a really good safety. Chris Jones, George Kalafdis, those guys play together. They play with passion, and he's just the best. Steve Spagnuolo is just the best in the game.
Yeah, we talked about losing guys. Yeah, you're paying Patrick. You can't pay everybody. L'Jarius Sneed goes. Willie Gay leaves. Key guys from last year. And hey, let's put some young guys in and let's roll. We're not going to even miss a beat. And that's Steve, and you got to give him credit too.
Mm-hmm. You do. And they probably have, I mean, they do. They have the best offensive coach in Andy Reid. They have the best defensive coordinator in Spags. And to be able to win back-to-back Super Bowls and Spags doesn't become a head coach somewhere and you still have him is impossible. I mean, that just doesn't happen in the NFL, right? You win back-to-back Super Bowls, and they poach all your coordinators, and you got to start over. But they're in this really unique space of being able to have that continuity, and you feel it. I mean, they're the best team in the NFL. It's like, who's going to beat them? I catch myself thinking that every week. It's like, who is going to beat this team? New Orleans looked good to start the year. They didn't have a chance on Monday night. They never had a chance in that game.
Well, you say who's going to beat them, and the only team in the AFC that I believe that can beat them will be the Baltimore Ravens. Because the Ravens are really starting to find out about themselves. They're learning about their defensive coordinator. He's a young guy. He's learning about his players. So I anticipate the defense over the course of the season, they're going to continue to get better. And I think Lamar is really building confidence obviously in the run game, but with these tight ends, these wide receivers, and who knows, they might go out and get Devontae Adams. You never know. And that really takes this team to the next level.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.